Alright guys, so back for another Should You Guys Summon. I think I skipped last week one where there's actually the X2. I mean X2 honestly is a much more better of a unit if we were to compare to the Kshatriya repair. I mean this unit does a bit of everything, and for longevity wise I think it's alright. But I mean honestly speaking, like in the near future, a lot of these are just gonna be a joke when you're reading like the skill 1 and skill 2. But I would definitely say for right now for global, X2 is definitely a better of a unit when compared to the Kshatriya for sure. It just This unit is more, you can kind of say it's more for like the arena esque of stuff, while in general content I think it should be fine. But if you are taking a look at this week around the Kshatriya repair, it is definitely screaming towards like 100% just kind of for like general content purpose of things. EX skill is not terrible. It gives you the unavoidable status, which is actually pretty good when you just have a lot of unit out, like out right now, just doing a lot of like absolute evasion stuff. So it's actually not that bad, and you do have a for every, like for allies, 22% increased damage. So that's pretty good. And as far as like what this unit overall does, is it kind of does both things. It wants to do range damage. It want to do like melee damage. So it kind of gives you everything. So skill one, honestly speaking, they could have just scaled it back to like just increase damage by 5.9, stacking up to 10 times. So that they could have just done that. They is not really necessary for them to just kind of split them up to range and proximity. It is definitely not needed. Skill two is kind of cool. It gives you increase main weapon critical attack by essentially 100%. So that's kind of nice. Additional weapon gets that as well, and then critical rate increased by 48%. So this unit, whenever the red Quibbly support comes out, ooh, that is gonna magnify the critical damage potential for this unit. But like I said again, like this unit on paper seems like, oh my gosh, it's gonna do a lot of damage, but in practicality wise, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of other unit are just performing on par, or if not on the same level already. So I would definitely not see Kasatri being overly exciting in my honest opinion. Other than that, sub skill gives you the basic combo being a raid, so up to 10% for both beam and projectile. And then whenever EX gets activated for 20 seconds, increase damage by 4%. So just your basic combo right there. So main weapon, it is a range, mid range right there. So it's gonna be the triple stern file right there. But yeah. And then okay. So it is actually a projectile and be. Ooh. Let me take a look at this. Ooh. That kind of sucks, actually, now that I'm looking at it. And not only is it, well, the fact that it is a melee close combat and right, that doesn't matter, but it is a projectile, or sorry, projectile and beam combo. Ooh, I don't know about that right there. That kind of sucks, actually. That does kind of sucks. I don't know. I do have it in JP. I can certainly try it out, but I'm not going to because this unit has severely aged already for JP. But wow, I overlooked the point that one of them is actually a projectile and the other is a beam. Whew, that's gonna suck. Yeah, in terms of the transcendent skill, it's the same thing. They could have just done damage overall. So yeah, overall this unit is a nothing burger at the end of the day. Very unfortunate. It was a cool gimmicky unit, I guess, back then. What about for Marida Cruz? She gives her blue and red, so that's good for both of those. Skill 2 have increased critical rate, so 2 stacks of that. Ring sense and melee sense. So, alright, so nothing too special about her. So, yeah, overall, I'm not impressed. Definitely not. I don't know why I skipped last week and not this week, when last week is actually a bit more exciting, man. Yeah, last week I think it was say just much more better, in my honest opinion. Yeah, it's just last week I didn't really have time to record at all for those games. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna pass for a week, but yeah, kind of sad. But we can definitely expect towards the end of the month we are getting a blue element limited unit. So the only other one that I'm thinking of right now, it is definitely gonna be Queen Menza. If not Queen Menza, we can definitely get narrative B2 packs because they are already dropping the crossover events like the story. So they can technically go that route, but I mean, they haven't really given us like the gear skill yet for global, so I don't know what they're gonna do with that. So I think it's most likely gonna be Queen Manza over the narrative B2. If they do give us the B2 early, like that's cool, but I don't see them doing that probably. Queen Manza, for the time being, it could pose a threat to the O, but once we get past that phase, I mean, Queen Manza is not going to be a arena units at all. It's just going to be a general content unit for the tanking purpose of things. But we just have to endure this pretty weird phase in my opinion, and then we will be okay. The O is gonna reign supreme for a bit until we get to the double zeta, the crossover double zeta essentially. But that's enough for this video. Yeah, hopefully you guys are not summoning on this unit. If you guys do get lucky with a ticket, that's good, but I would not advise you guys to spend any diamonds on this unit or the pilot because they're 1000% not worth it at all. So but other than that, I'll be catching you guys on the next one.